I want the whole world to give a round of applause. This gentleman right here, man, he been working his behind off. I'm talking about, if you don't know who United Playaz is, you're lost right now, man. Give a big round of applause. Our brother Rudy, man. Thank you, my brother, for coming by. Thank you so much, man. I know you're busy, man.
It's an honor to be here, brother. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you, man. Before we get started, man, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you on IG. You know, sure. I want them right now to go and flood your IG right now and go on that spam, like.
I need all the friends I can get anyway.
You got a shitload of friends.
So my IG is BIG RUT 415.
You heard that right there,
Big
man.
Root 415. BIG RUT 415.
So, man, welcome to allinradio.com. How you been feeling the vibes, man? You see Mr. Burns. I love when geniuses talk to geniuses. That was a beautiful experience right there, man.
Man, I'm going to tell you like this, man. Just listening to him for like a minute, I learned, man.
Yeah.
Probably like 5 years worth of lessons. that guy got wisdom. You could tell he didn't walk the hot rocks of Baghdad barefooted.
Hey, man, and he's enjoyed the hell out of it, too, the whole way. You see that boy's hair? That's why you remember he was saying he doesn't stress. I do enough for the stressing. I used to have a fro, bro. It's gone, man.
I heard that.
So tell everybody, man, United Playaz, you are just one of the most dopest identities, iconic identities in the Bay Area, man. You do so much for the public and everything, but we want to hear from you, man. What is United Playaz?
First off, I want to give a shout out to the Mix Master Blast upstairs, G.O.D. That's the ultimate gangster. Everything I do under the sun and under the sky is his work and his due.
Amen, bro.
And so, you know, without me acknowledging him, it wouldn't be none of this. And so, United Playaz originated October the 8th, 1994 at Balboa High School. That's right. It'll be 28 years, though, Hen.
Yeah, I see that, man.
And it started from turf violence, gang violence between different ethnicities. Mm-hmm. Blacks, Filipinos, Samoans, and Latinos. Because, you know, at Balboa back then, it was notorious. And so,
out of some gangsters out there.
Man, it was off the hook.
Yeah.
And so, what God does is anything that is ugly or negative, he turns positive and he brings light to it. Mm-hmm. And so, out of that big fight, all the guys who was involved in it sat in a room, was able to sit in a room with no police, no administration, no teachers, just the homies. And we broke down what can we do to stop the violence. In 94, you know it though, you had the Get Low Players, you had Forte in the Players Club, Playaz. And so in 94, when we all came together, right, we figured this name, what should we name the club? Because it started making an impact on the school. So they asked, what y'all want to name it? And the kids came up with a name. United, coming together in solidarity, and Playaz, Playaz. United Playaz. 28 years later.
It's one of the most iconic.
We worldwide, baby.
Hey, if you see, man, Rudy be courtside at the Warriors game, on the field at the Giants game, sitting with the mayor. I remember what was going down with the USF, a club out on Broadway. You went, man, the police. I never seen the police show so much respect the way that they showed you respect in that courthouse, man. I love seeing that. And so all this started back in 94.
1994, 28 years next month. Well,
bunch of bosses had, you know, real, where I come from, we say carnalismo, you know, right. and you know, they got together and everything. So United Playaz started, and then 28 years later, you know, you have the facility here on Howard, right? Isn't it on Howard or
1038 Howard Street is the official Players Club. So
this facility, I'm a huge fan. When we first, you know, when my brother Camilo passed away, Kuhan Cam, I had the privilege to go to your facility and we had a chance to speak. And I actually got my United Playaz shirt. It's iron, you know. And I got the chance to check out the facility. I want you to tell the world about this facility because I feel that every kid or any human being that enters San Francisco, they need to go check this facility out because right when you walk in, it's just an aura. It's a love. Like you've built it to where when you walk in, if there's any hate in your heart, you got to step the fuck out. You know
100,
what I'm saying?
100.
You got to go. This is we here for growth and everything. I see the children going crazy. What you do, man. Tell everybody about this facility and how it started.
So 1038 Howard in San Francisco is our official Players Club.
It's right? The headquarters.
Straight up headquarters. Forte blessed us with it, right? Mm-hmm. Him and Fly. And so the first thing you see when you walk in there, it says a no hate zone.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And we're able to bring hundreds of kids from all over the city, from the Bay Area, in there to educate them and teach them about the pitfalls of life. You know, the traditional things in school that probably you won't learn.
Yeah.
It's important to learn how to read, write, and do math at a proper level, but there's other things in life that you have to teach kids to survive.
Especially how this age is going around.
100%.
Everything you know is right here.
Yeah,
and if you can't master this right here, you're screwed. You know what I'm saying? Everything's on your phone or on a computer. Or
and them
iPad.
phones could be dangerous, though, Hen.
Yeah.
They could be a gift or it could be a curse.
Yeah.
Depending on how you educate the kids and teach them about it. Because you give them a phone and you don't tell them, man, the pitfalls of the phone.
Yeah.
I even got my issues with them. You know what I mean? You could get caught up in the wrong mindset.
Yeah.
And it'll brainwash you. And if all you looking at is drama, it's going to seep into you.
And there's a lot of people that are looking for that. They're enjoying right there, looking for the person that's looking for the drama and stuff like that. So that is one big thing with the social media.
And you know, I think, you know, that we're older now, it's entertainment to us. But for some people, it's their reality.
It's their life.
But they don't know, man, that you could shut and turn on your phone. But in real life, man, you can't when a real situation occurs in your life.
Yeah.
And so that's what we do. We're able to teach these youngsters all the real choices in life. And you got to make the choices on your own. You're either going to choose barbecue or you're going to choose mildew.
And the biggest thing that I've noticed that you guys have done is you guys give them those tools. And the way that you explain, I got a chance to be there the day, and they were teaching a class. It was an after-school class. And there was kids from the age of 10 all the way to 17.
Man, we got kids as young as 5 years old, Hen. We got to get them while they're young.
And
Whoever control the mind and the hearts of the kids control the future.
And the beautiful thing is that everybody was being taught the same. It doesn't matter if you were 17 or if you were 10. Everybody was being taught the same morals and stuff like that. And
Facts.
I love that, especially
Big facts.
even the computers. I remember I was there and I see the kid and the way he reacted, like, oh, I can play on this computer. I was like, damn, that's dope. Because see, to us, like my kids, I tell them all the time, y'all privileged. We've worked our behind off to make sure that you guys don't feel that pain that we did growing up, you know?
Right.
They could go into a pantry and eat whatever the hell they want. We used to go into the fridge like, damn, tortilla and butter it is.
I had to walk to the store, steal me some bologna.
See what I mean? So I've noticed that, you know, United Playaz, that's what it teaches. And on top of that, you have this with the OG cats that are, you know, being released from prison and being showed beautiful. Dude, I saw a guy that what was it, like right before COVID, you had a gentleman that had just got out. I think he did like 28, almost 30 years, and you took him to his first baseball game, and he was front row in the and the way that he was talking about this story, I was like, damn, dude,
That's funny you said, because we went to the Giants game last night. Right, shouts out to the Giants. They got to step their game up. And I took one of the homies. He just did 32 years. And he was at his first game, right? And we sat in a luxury box. We actually got acknowledged last night at the Giants game, put us on the ground floor, right, where the diamonds at, and acknowledge us for us and then senseless gun violence. And so to be a part of that, you know, experience and that history, especially for guys who come home after doing 3 decades, man, that's through God right there.
And if I always say this because you talk with so much experience and love and everything. If you don't mind me asking, man, did you ever, you know, get caught up and did a little bit of extended stay?
Well, so I got caught up. You know, I was affected by the war on drugs myself. I got busted in '89.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so, you know, I did what I had to do to survive in the game. But those experiences, I believe, led me to where I'm at now.
Got you.
You know, if you got a toothache, you're not gonna go get a mechanic. You dig what I'm saying? You're going to get you a dentist.
Yeah.
So when you deal with youngsters who's living that life and is in a violent world, you have to get people that were violent before.
Yep.
And so, you know, I got 22 staff. A lot of the staff that I have, you know, a lot of them come from a good background. A lot of them went to college. Some of them, man, just went to school and got their degrees. But then I also got murderers on my payroll who had made transition in their life before they got outside and touchdown out here. And so they give some of the best lessons. I had a guy, and y'all know, big shouts out, man, to my guy, Big Bo, right? He did 45 years straight. And when he came home, the first thing he did, you know what he did? Is jaywalked.
For real?
My God. But he worked with the elementary school kids.
Okay.
And not only did he help them, right, to teach them lessons, they gave him life lessons that was like medicine for him to live. So you got Bo, you got Face, you got Boogie, You got Will Ramirez, who went in for double hump. Shout out to Big Will Ramirez. Today's his birthday.
Nice, man.
Right? He went in when he was 16.
Birthday,
right? He went in when he was 16 for double homicide. He did 28. He's out. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And today he's celebrating his birthday with his mama. How about that,
man? And that's one thing that you have, man. You can speak the language. That's why I'm telling you. Every time I see you when you're in City Hall, or you out here with London Breed, or you're over here big parties at the Filmo. You know what I'm saying? I know that when you speak, you shut the shit down, man. Because everybody wants to know. Because experience is speaking.
100%. 100%.
And truth is speaking. You have that. You have that. You give that vibe right from the get. It's like, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm gonna tell you like it is, but I'm also gonna show you all these. You give these tools. You're like right now. You're talking about mechanic. You are a mechanic. You have every tool, man, to help fix or whatever you want to call it.
Hey, I'm honored, honestly, to be in here to speak to you, right? Because I really feel like I'm on borrowed time. But God chooses His people, right, to do the work that's being chosen. So I don't feel like it chose me. And when God asks you to do His work, regardless He gives you a mop, a broom, or whatever, I'm gonna go hard doing it.
Yeah.
Because this is my purpose. You dig what I'm saying? I turned my pain. A lot of us turned our pain into purpose. And so I'm very thankful that I'm in a position now where I can give back to my people in the community.
So right now with everything that's happening, I know that you started. Of course you got the headquarters. Of course you got all these things you're working on. But I want to touch something on that. It is just going bananas all over the country, especially shout out to our brother Burner Cookies, is Steezy. I see you 100%. Started there. I saw you got into the cannabis real good. I've seen your product over at Kareem's, Authentic 415. Shout out to the boss man. I seen you.
Kareem Mayfield.
You got one in
Brother
Richmond,
LeBron.
right? Or something like that?
So Stizzy, right, originated in L.A.
Okay.
And so they have multiple stores all over, right, California. And so in order for them to get placed in San Francisco, they had to get an equity partner.
Got you.
The late Mayor Ed Lee put in place, if anybody's going to fly in and parachute and get a building and open up a dispensary, they have to get somebody from the community that was affected by the war on drugs. So they wanted to open a store in the South of Market, right? Okay. I'm born and raised in the South of Market. Yeah. That's where the headquarters is at UP. And so we sat down and we broke bread and we negotiated with lawyers to figure out, how can I be their partner?
Yeah.
And so it worked out.
Yeah, I see that.
Because my whole thing is to generate, right, wealth for my community and my people, right?
Yeah.
When you really talk about, like being stabilized in the community, right, where people are being displaced, you have to own shit.
Yep.
It's like Monopoly, baby. And I used to love playing when I was little. You know what I mean? So the building that we're currently in, we own that. Right, we're purchasing another building where we're gonna paint Camilo's picture on the wall to honor him.
That's so beautiful, man.
Right, shouts out to my homegirl Carla from West Bay, who bought them a building for the neighborhood to serve the people after school, the kids and the seniors. Right,
beautiful.
And so this store that's being put in the South of Market, a Stizzy store, is built on Reentry. It's built on restorative justice. So money that's gonna be generated will go back to all the people who were affected by the people in the war on drugs. And help our community. Man. We help bury family members. People who died in the community who can't bury their family members. We helping them. We giving them checks to help bury their family. People who can't pay their groceries,
Yeah, I seen it, brother.
Providing them with that. People who can't pay their rent. We handing them checks so they can survive and get by. Because all those things are so beneficial when you're struggling.
Yep.
And the struggle continues.
One thing I've always seen too, man, is your heart. Besides the hard work, that's some champagne, man. That's something for you special, man. We have a special guest in the building, bosses in the building. Sorry.
I feel like I done lost 5 pounds standing up in this camp.
Mr. Burns makes it hot so the interview can be saucy. You know what I'm saying? But actually, speaking of that, we need to pop that champagne. We're gonna take a quick music break, bring you some roots reggae music. Big ups to Rudy United Playaz in the building. Mr. Burns!